The nigga virus, here they go with the bullshit. So right now in India, it's a virus from a bat. Not only that, y'all, they say that this is a highly deadly bat virus.
This is a highly contagious virus between humans, and it's often deadly. The 2 cases of Nipah virus were detected in India in the state of West Bengal, but there are concerns.
The Nipah virus story is spreading fast, and what stands out isn't just the virus, it's the reaction, especially from Black Americans. There is no panic, no joke, just a pause. Because the moment people start calling something biblical, it stops sounding like random news and starts sounding like a pattern. Warnings ignored, systems slow to respond, lives always treated as numbers after the damage is done. And when you come from a community that just watch history repeat itself over and over, you don't just react loudly, you watch closely. That's what happened right now.
So now they're saying there's like some type of new virus in India, some type of bat virus. They're saying like it's 75% confirmed, like 5 people got it. There's no cure to it.
We barely got through this super flu, and here it is, another virus that's going around. A virus straight out of India that they're saying is popping up and moving around. Why is it moving around? How about we stop travel to certain places and figure things out? And this is the Nipah virus. And this virus, they said, is zoonotic, so it's transferred from animals. They said it transferred from a pig or something like that. Like, I don't understand. And why are we not taking it serious? I've seen it on my timeline 3 times, so that means the potential for it to start to really move around and people taking flights and moving around is very possible. And the thing I don't like is that it's very, very contagious. They said it's not airborne, but the chances of you surviving this thing, the percentage is not high. It's not favorable for you or for me. So y'all be careful, y'all be safe out there, because there's other things to worry about. It's like we can't even file for our taxes and be all right and enjoy things. We have to worry about something else coming out, another freaking virus. They're saying, no, this is not pandemic worthy, but you just don't know. Like, the pandemic didn't start as a pandemic. It started out as, oh, what is this? Oh, everyone's getting sick. Now everyone's not making it. So the Nipah virus can stay over there.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rhonda Johnson. It's Thursday, January 29th, 2026. You may be seeing headlines about the Nipah virus. So let's talk facts, not fear, not misinformation. What is it? First of all, it's a rare virus. It is not a new or unknown pathogen. It was first discovered in 1998 in Malaysia when an outbreak occurred in a pig farming village and killed 100 people. Now, there have been small outbreaks in 2001, 2017, 2018, and 2023. Now, it spreads mainly from animals to people, and fruit bats are the natural host. Sometimes pigs are involved. Now, people can get infection from food or drinks contaminated by bats, contact with infected animals, and close contact with an infected person. So what are the symptoms? Symptoms usually start 4 to 14 days after exposure, and early symptoms include fever, headache, vomiting, and cough, like a whole lot of other illnesses, right? But in severe cases, Nipah can cause brain swelling, seizures, coma, and death. So why are health organizations watching it closely? Because Nipah can be deadly, and past outbreaks show death rates between 40% and 75%, and there's no approved vaccine, and treatment is supportive care, although there's investigational research. Now, this is important. This is not a global pandemic. Current outbreaks are small and localized, and Nipah does not spread easily from person to person. So what about the current situation? Well, India has reported 2 cases in West Bengal. Health officials say the cases are contained. Now, some countries are increasing airport screening out of caution, but there is no evidence of widespread spread. So what can you do? Well, if you're traveling or live in these affected areas, wash your hands often, avoid ingestion of raw date palm sap, Wash and peel fruit. Avoid contact with sick animals and bats. And avoid close contact with people who are very ill, and healthcare workers have to take precautions. The bottom line is Nipah is serious. But this is an outbreak. It is not a global pandemic. Now you are informed. I do have an ask. Please help stop the rumors. Share this message and leave a comment. Thank you very much and stay well.
I want to walk through this carefully. 2 days after the U.S. withdrew from the World Health Organization, there is something that came out in India called the Nipah virus. I just want to walk through this very careful for you guys. First of all, let me say this. I cannot do 2020, whatever year it was. I can't do 2020 again. Am not. That's number one. Number two, this Nipah virus is very concerning for several reasons. Why haven't we cut off international travel immediately? Why? Now, I did see some updates, them saying that they have it under control and all this extra stuff. I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. So now 2 days after we didn't get cut off from the World Health Organization, something called Nipah virus. What they're saying is that it can spread via animals and humans, and the way it spreads is either close contact or through food, or is linked to like a fruit bat. That confuses me in itself. Now, there are numerous countries across Asia, and what they started doing was introducing screening procedures at their airports so that it didn't enter their country. Why we ain't been doing that, I don't know. Y'all not understanding. They're saying there's a 75% high death rate with this, that hundreds of people was exposed to this disease at a private hospital. Now, they're saying that there is zero treatment or a cure for it. It's an outbreak. Hundreds of people. And why? And why international? At this point, somebody got it. At this point, somebody got it. Y'all can't convince me. Then y'all know how the Simpsons be prophesying. Child, the Simpsons said there was an outbreak. How? Just like the Simpsons, whatever the people are. Just like I don't be listening to them. It just seems like I do. But the Simpsons also talked about the vortex that we just had and how it was going to be ice. And it happened. It gave the specific. At this point, I'm not going back to 2020. Pestilence. The Bible says there will be pestilence. Child. I'm going to let y'all sit with that. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Because at this point, what is happening? Like, y'all don't ever sit back and think, like, okay, what is happening now? Like, where do we live in? What is this now?
The nigga virus, here they go with the bullshit. So right now in India, it's a virus from a bat. Not only that, y'all, they say that this is a highly deadly bat virus with no known cure for it. Reports said that it is spreading rapidly fast. Fatality rates reaching 75% right now. Now, health officials have confirmed 5 cases in West Bengal. Hope I'm saying that right. The fuck? Now, they did say that this was in the past before, and when it was around, the death rates was up. My thing is, why it always come from like a bat or an animal? How they even get this? Who giving them this? They gotta be playing with these animals, man. I'm telling you, and then letting them go. I'm just saying, it don't make sense. You telling me these animals are just getting it from Mother Nature? They say you can get it through like close contact with a bat, contaminated food. In some cases, it can be transmitted from person to person. I will be doing a part 2 to try to give y'all like the symptoms and let y'all know what the symptoms will be so y'all can look out for it. Y'all already know. Y'all come over here, y'all come watch me. I'm gonna try to put y'all hip to things that I see, the rabbit holes I go down, the new information, bring awareness. Y'all my peoples. The fuck you mean? Hell yeah, I better be letting y'all know what's going on.
This is a highly contagious virus between humans, and it's often deadly. The 2 cases of Nipah virus were detected in India in the state of West Bengal, but there are concerns the outbreak could spread. The virus has a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, according to the World Health Organization. So it's deadlier than the COVID virus, and there's no vaccine for Nipah. So authorities in India are taking no chances. At the same time, several airports across Asia, in Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, they're taking steps to screen passengers for any symptoms. Nipah is a zoonotic virus that's transmitted from animals, usually fruit bats. It doesn't spread easily to humans, and it can also come from contaminated food. But when it does, it initially hits like the flu, then worsens, and experts say pneumonia and other respiratory symptoms can develop. But the most serious complication is encephalitis, or inflammation of the brain. The WHO says the fatality rate has a lot to do with the country's capacity to test, trace, and treat those infected. In India, authorities have quarantined nearly 200 people who may have come into contact with the two infected. It's the first time in nearly 20 years that India has had cases, but they believe the outbreak is now contained. Still, it's a situation that U.S. health officials are monitoring very closely. The CDC says they're ready to assist if needed.
Guys, as if life hasn't been knocking our heads in between the washer and dryer enough, there's a Nipah virus outbreak in India, which has triggered airport screenings in Asia. Let's get into the frickin' details. The BBC is reporting an outbreak of the deadly Nipah virus in India's West Bengal state has sparked concern in parts of Asia, with some tightening screening measures at airports. Nepal has also begun screening arrivals at Kathmandu Airport and other land border points with India. Now, this is the thing right here. 2 cases have been confirmed in West Bengal since December, reportedly in healthcare workers. Some 196 people who were in contact with them have been traced and tested negative for the virus. Supposedly, reportedly. The virus can spread from animals to humans. It has a high death range, ranging from 40% to 75%. What a range. In addition, there is no vaccine or medicine to treat it. The Nipah virus can be transmitted from animals like pigs and fruit bats to humans. It can also spread from person to person through contaminated food. The World Health Organization has described Nipah in its top 10 priority diseases, along with pathogens like COVID-19 and Zika, because of its potential to trigger an epidemic. You know what? Right in time for y'all's president to withdraw us from the World Health Organization. Now, the CDC is claiming that they ready. They like, listen, whatever happens, happens. We ready to deal with this. And we know that they're not. Okay? They weren't ready to deal with COVID, and they damn sure ain't ready to deal with this virus under this person, RFK Jr. over there. Anyway, y'all, it's my job to spread the information and keep you posted. And that's where we're at with that. Okay?
So, we're just gonna sit here and ignore the Nipah virus? Oh, yeah, I forgot. The World Health Organization does not support America, so of course we ain't gonna hear about this shit unless one of us say something about it. Y'all peep this shit. So, there is this virus that is going on over there in India. It's called the Nipah virus. This motherfucker comes to find out that it's stronger than COVID. There is, as of right now, there is no cure for this shit. 200 people has been quarantined in India right now. And they are talking about closing up their borders and shit like that just so this little Nipah virus do not fucking spread. Let me say this one more time for the people in the back child. There is a Nipah virus that is going on right now in India. And of course, we did not get no kind of notification about this shit because oh yeah, I forgot. America is not part of WHO anymore. So with that being said, if the Nipah virus ends up coming over here, we have zero fighting chance of fighting this fucking shit back. Because let's not forget, who is gone, especially from America. Let's not forget that there were millions of us that died because of fucking COVID. A couple of my fucking, actually a few of my fucking family members that passed because of that shit. And now we gotta sit here and deal with this little goofy ass Nipah virus that could potentially make his way over here, and our punk asses don't have fucking who. So how the fuck is this gonna work? Girl, bye.
Okay, so as if things weren't chaotic enough, now they're talking about a Nipah virus outbreak in India. Mind you, this happens every year, but for whatever reason, in the last 24 hours, it has just started trending all over the media outlets, talking about the fact that they're worried that there's going to be a major outbreak of the Nipah virus, which has 40 to 70% of a fatality rate. Craziest thing about this is it all starts from fruit bats. This is giving what? 2020, 2019? Yeah, it's definitely nostalgic in the worst way possible. Have y'all been looking into this? Because they're saying the symptoms are very common. Pneumonia-like symptoms, flu-like symptoms, nausea, vomiting. Nothing crazy, but it takes about 3 to 21 days for it to go into full effect. And right now, flights in certain airports in Asia are already going through certain screenings, and they're having to do a lot of testing because, yeah, people are worried. And I'm confused because Nipah's been around since what, 1999? They've had around 25 years of outbreaks with only 400 or so deaths, almost 500, which is absolutely tragic. However, why all of a sudden am I seeing BBC, Washington Post, all of these major news outlets within the last 24 hours reporting about the fact that we are now worried about a major worldwide outbreak of the Nipah virus? It's giving fear-mongering. I just want to report on it because I'm seeing it everywhere. I wanted to know if you guys have too. I'm not here to say that, oh my gosh, watch out for the outbreak. I'm just like, what else do we need? It's still only January. We just got here. So let me know if you've been keeping up with this. Let me know if you even knew that this was happening, because just the fact that it's this whole fruit bat situation from Asia is just definitely giving reminiscent of 2019. And I'm just like, that is the last thing on top of everything else that we need right now. So drop your thoughts in the comments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video, go look into it, come back, let me know what you think. Per usual, this is all alleged. I can't confirm or deny any information, but I definitely implore you to do your research. Whatever else I find out, I'll be back though. Like, follow, stay for some more.
Guys, as if life hasn't been knocking our heads in between the washer and dryer enough, there's a Nipah virus outbreak in India, which has triggered airport screenings in Asia. Let's get into the frickin' details. The BBC is reporting an outbreak of the deadly Nipah virus in India's West Bengal state has sparked concern in parts of Asia, with some tightening screening measures at airports. Nepal has also begun screening arrivals at Kathmandu Airport and other land border points with India. Now, this is the thing right here. 2 cases have been confirmed in West Bengal since December, reportedly in healthcare workers. Some 196 people who were in contact with them have been traced and tested negative for the virus. Supposedly, reportedly. The virus can spread from animals to humans. It has a high death range, ranging from 40% to 75%. What a range. In addition, there is no vaccine or medicine to treat it. The Nipah virus can be transmitted from animals like pigs and fruit bats to humans. It can also spread from person to person through contaminated food. The World Health Organization has described Nipah in its top 10 priority diseases, along with pathogens like COVID-19 and Zika, because of its potential to trigger an epidemic. You know what? Right in time for y'all's president to withdraw us from the World Health Organization. Now, the CDC is claiming that they ready. They like, listen, whatever happens, happens. We ready to deal with this. And we know that they're not. Okay? They weren't ready to deal with COVID, and they damn sure ain't ready to deal with this virus under this person, RFK Jr. over there. Anyway, y'all, it's my job to spread the information and keep you posted. And that's where we're at with that, okay?
So apparently there's a virus on the rise that cannot be cured. And again, this virus comes from overseas. And again, this virus can be contracted from fruit bats. Tell me what that sounds like to you. This virus is called Nipah. Rare, extremely dangerous. And when it shows up, it doesn't announce itself. This is a virus that they're saying has no cure. And if they're saying that a virus has no cure, it deserves a lot of attention. You gotta remember, we watched this movie play out in 2020. Saw the videos of people passing out. We ignored early warning signs. And then we watched how things spiraled out. We watched how people got sick. We watched how people lost their lives. And then we watched the blame be passed from one country to the next. Nipah jumps from animals to human beings, and sometimes from person to person. Again, fruit bats carry it. They're saying it spreads through contaminated food, surfaces, and physical contact. And again, here's the part that people don't like hearing. There is no cure. There is no approved vaccine. Doctors can only manage the symptoms and hope your body holds up. It's saying that the early symptoms look mild. Fever, headache, muscle pain, vomiting, sore throat. That's the stuff people usually brush off. And then it escalates. Severe breathing problem, brain inflammation, seizures, coma, death. Saying that past outbreaks hit fatality rates up to 75%. That's unreal. And here's the uncomfortable truth. When information moves slow, viruses don't. Transparency isn't optional. It's the difference between control and chaos. Pay attention.
Have you ever heard of a virus that could affect your brain and lungs? It's Dr. Brown, and let's talk about the Nipah virus. The Nipah virus is a zoonotic virus. This means it spreads from animal to person. Most commonly, it's linked to fruit bats. It can also be spread from pigs. People can get it in the following ways: contact with an infected animal, contact with an infected person, or contaminated fruit or food. Usually people experience flu-like symptoms, fever, headache, muscle pain, and sore throat. These symptoms may progress into drowsiness or confusion. That's because the virus can affect your brain. Patients may also develop a pneumonia, which is basically a lower respiratory tract infection or infection of the lungs. The drowsiness and confusion can be secondary to something known as encephalitis. This is when the infection spreads to your brain tissue. So your brain tissue gets inflamed. This virus has a particularly high death rate of about 40 to 75%. The Nipah virus is rare and spread is usually localized. So far, there are only 2 confirmed cases in India, and there's been heightened surveillance in surrounding countries like Thailand and Nepal. And it's highly unlikely that this will turn into a global emergency, meaning it's likely to stay in India or in parts of Asia. But it's important to know how these viruses are spread and what's out there. Good hygiene, safe practices, and early intervention usually saves lives. This video is to stay informed and not afraid.
So whether this virus spreads or fades, one thing is already clear: people are paying attention in a way they didn't before. Black Americans aren't reacting with panic, they are reacting with memory. Memory of being told everything is fine right before things weren't. Memory of being last in the line when protection matters the most. Memory of surviving systems that only wakes up when it's too late. So when people say biblical, they are not predicting the end of the world. They are saying we have seen the signs before. And this time, folks aren't asleep. They are watching, they are questioning, and they are ready. Thanks for watching. Do well to follow us, like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.